Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with another Pewter Pulse. Bucs rookie running back Bucky Irving had quite a debut in Tampa Bay's 37-20 season opening win. Irving ran for 62 yards on 9 carries, averaging nearly 7 yards per carry. By comparison, starter Rachaad White rushed for just 31 yards on 15 carries, averaging just 2.1 yards per carry. After ripping off a 31-yard run in the second half, Bucs fans at the stadium started chanting, "Bucky, Bucky, Bucky." That caught me off guard. You see, I've covered some really popular running backs in my time here at Pewter Report in Tampa Bay over the last 3 decades, from Mike Allstott to Warwick Dunn to LeGarrette Blount to the muscle hamster Doug Martin to playoff Leonard Fournette. So, is there a running back controversy that's brewing in Tampa Bay after Irving's debut? I'll have more on that in a minute. But first, your reminder to hit the thumbs up button, give us a like, and also leave a comment. Love reading the comments, and doing those two things helps us with the YouTube algorithm and helps us get in front of more awesome Bucs fans like yourself. So let's talk about this Bucs backfield, and will it be Bucky Irving or Rachaad White that becomes the lead back this year? In my 2-point conversion column on Monday, I predicted that Bucky Irving would eventually become RB1 this year in Tampa Bay. He runs with the sense of urgency that new offensive coordinator Liam Cohen wants in his running backs, and there's no hesitation to his game. He reminds me of LA Rams Pro Bowler Kyron Williams in that way. Rachaad White is a very good back. He just doesn't hit the holes as fast, and I think eventually he'll lose more carries to Irving as a result. Now, that doesn't mean that White will be taking a back seat anytime soon. He had 6 catches for 75 yards against the Commanders, including the longest play of the day, a 32-yard reception. Look for more games where White will top 100 yards, but it might be a mix of rushing and receiving yards like it was on Sunday. And don't rule out him getting the hot hand and rushing for 100 yards a few times this year either. White had a pair of 100-yard rushing days at Indianapolis and Atlanta last season. In fact, both running backs can coexist in Tampa Bay, and that's the best case scenario. They both can run the ball, they both can catch it, and they're both also good pass protectors. But White logged 272 carries last year, while backup Chase Edmonds had just 49 carries. That's a huge discrepancy and a massive workload for White. No wonder White averaged just 3.6 yards per carry last year with all that heavy lifting. I've seen two backs coexist in Tampa Bay a few times in my career, most notably Warwick Dunn and Mike Allstott, who comprised the famous WD-40 backfield in the late 1990s. The Bucs even had some recent success with the two-back approach. If you remember, Ronald Jones ran for over 900 yards during the 2020 regular season, but it was Leonard Fournette who took over in the playoffs and became playoff Lenny. In Super Bowl 55, Fournette ran for 89 yards and a touchdown, while Jones chipped in for 61 yards in a 31-9 win over the Chiefs. Baker Mayfield has seen a two-headed attack in the backfield work exceptionally well. That happened in Cleveland in 2020 when Mayfield and the Browns went 11-5 and beat the Steelers in the playoffs. That year, Nick Chubb ran for 1,067 yards and 12 touchdowns on 190 carries, while averaging 5.6 yards. Kareem Hunt ran for 841 yards and 6 touchdowns on 198 carries and had a 5.2-yard average. In the playoffs, Chubb ran for 145 yards and averaged 4.7. He also caught 6 passes for 73 yards and a score, but it was Hunt who had 3 rushing touchdowns and 80 yards and averaged 5.7 yards, in addition to catching 2 passes for 15 yards in the postseason. Having 2 capable backs is always better than one, and it safeguards the Bucs in case either White or Irving gets injured. And don't forget about Sean Tucker waiting in the wings as the third running back on the depth chart in case he's needed. He's also capable. The good news is that White and Irving get along great, and both are team players. There's no doubt that each guy wants to be the feature back. That Comes with the territory of being an NFL running back. And I've got a funny feeling they'll be taking turns in the spotlight this year, with one back having more success one week and the other guy getting more yards the next. Of course, Bucs fans will have their favorite. I saw that firsthand with Allstott and Dunn back in the day. And that's okay. The Florida State alums, they wanted Dunn to be featured, while the Allstott supporters wanted the A train to carry the load. It made for a great debate back in the day in sports radio, and I'm sure the Bucky Brigade and the Rachaad loyalists will go at it on X and Facebook throughout the year. The Bucs want both backs to be successful, because when that happens, as you saw on Sunday, when White had a combined 106 yards and Irving combined for 78 yards between the ground and the air, well, it helped Tampa Bay roll up 37 points and win the day against Washington. So any controversy will be confined to social media, where it belongs, and not at One Buccaneer Place. In the end, it doesn't matter who the lead back will be, as long as the Bucs keep winning with both of them. Folks, I want you to check out Pewter Report TV. That's our YouTube channel, and hit the subscribe button. Become a subscriber. We're on our way to 16,000 subscribers, thanks to you. For more of my Pewter Pulse episodes and our Pewter Report podcast and other great Bucs video content, you can find them there, Pewter Report TV. Make sure you follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report. And pewterreport.com has all of the breaking news, injury reports, transactions, and, of course, the best game coverage of your Tampa Bay Buccaneers that you'll find. And I'll be back soon with a new Pewter Pulse.